Good morning, y'all. I had to come here. I just woke up, and usually when I wake up, I write down my dreams that I can remember as much as possible. And as I was writing down one of my dreams, I had this moment where I had a realization of the message that it was trying to provide to me. And ultimately, I'll give y'all the message, right? The message was there's no way you can lose. It's too much power around you. There's no way you can lose. And I'm not going to tell y'all how I got that message. Just what it said, right? So as I was sitting here, I was thinking about last night as I was creating my SAOs for school. So I'm a teacher, and a SAO is how we're going to be evaluated. Like we used to have VAM scores, or we used to have VAM scores, then it was VAM and SAO. So VAM is usually a accumulation of all your classes and how the students test, and then that testing score would be added to whatever score you had based off of what the assessments were that the principal, assistant principal seen throughout the year. So now we have SAO. SAO is you select a class that you, well, allegedly, you select the class that you want to work with. And again, after all of your evaluations throughout the year, you will take that data and you will prove that your students moved or didn't move. That data will be added to the total sum of everything at the end of the year to show whether you are a teacher who needs improvement, you're effective, you're highly effective, whatever. I think there's 4 areas, but that's the gist of it. So I was creating my SAO, even though I probably don't, I really didn't want to, um, because I always did VAM, just because it was less work. So like I said, as I did the SAO, I was in the system and I noticed you could click on multiple classes. And the way that the administrative explained it is you choose one class, a class, and that's what you work with. As the students, miss so many days, you could drop a student, whatever it is. They have this lineup of excuses or whatever that you could use to either eliminate a student, keep a student, whatever it is. I don't know. I never did it. This is my first year. But when I woke up, like I said, I got that message after writing that down. And I was sitting up here thinking, like, let me back up a little bit more. I do stuff. I just do stuff. Let's just put it that way. I do what I want. So I clicked, when I did my VAM, I clicked and chose 2 classes instead of one, because one of my issues last year when I was asking them about VAM is I don't want to be put in a predicament where I have a class where my kids miss so many days that I remove them and I get to the end and I don't have enough students to really um, show or demonstrate what I would like for it to have seen, which is to prove that I'm a highly effective teacher. I know I'm a highly effective teacher, period, point blank, ain't no question about it. I don't care what nobody else say. I know this for a fact. But just because you can teach and you teach well and you teach good and you do everything you need to do to move students, that doesn't mean that the students are going to be moved, because it's based on their own accountability and effort that they put into doing their work. That was just a side note. Let's go back. So I was sitting here and I was like thinking to myself of asking my AP when I got in, hey, um, I see that there was an area where you could select the classes that you wanted to work with. Not only that, I woke up thinking it also asked you if you wanted to remove certain students. And then of course, you could remove students throughout the year as, you know, it portrays to whatever scores that they, I mean, not scores they get, but as it portrays to how many days they missed or whatever the requirements are that you can look against and remove the students. So myself said to me, self, are you playing? by someone else's rules? Or are you understanding the rules to play it the way that you need to play it in order for you to be successful? And I was like, damn, that's a good message on today. So I had to come to y'all and share that with y'all. In this thing that we call life, are you playing by someone else's rules? Or are you creating the rules that work the best for you and your life and your situation? Because strategically, the other rules that are created, they're not meant for you. They're not here to help push you through. They're not here to make you successful. They exist because someone else forced them to exist. But at the end of the day, you have natural laws that you can abide by and be successful with. But you have to know how to play this game that they call life. Side note, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I remember playing the game life when I had to be 8, 9. And I remember the game of life, when I played it, it said I would be a teacher. It said I would have like 2 kids, I would be married, and I had some student loan debts. Half of that came true. But I remember playing, and when I played the game of life, I said, damn, I hope this is not how it really is. But I would advise y'all, maybe, sit down and play the game of life and see how the rules are in that particular game. And start to strategize while you're playing that game. And then mentally think about this thing and strategize for yourself. Because my thought then was, I hope this is not how it really is. That I'm not going to be a teacher with all this school debt. You know, I wanted the marriage and the kids. Don't have that piece. But I got the other part. The part I didn't want. But sometimes where our focus goes, the energy flows. And even though I was that young, and for it to be 15 years later, whatever it may be, because I had to be young. But even though it to be 10 plus years later, that energy that was there, that was trying to say, I hope this doesn't happen, I did not really counteract it. It was just a thought, which your brain don't know the difference between doesn't and does. So all it hears is, it happens. And it happened. So create your own rules. Create your own life. Live your own life. And I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. Good morning.